Welcome to the Gigabash Mighty Premiere. My name is Andre Alvarez, and I'm a 3D animator.
My name is Gerald. I'm the narrative designer and writer for Gigabash.
And today we're going to be sharing you two new characters that we've been hard at work on, and we have a trailer to share with you today. So let's watch.
Warm up, team!
Coming in!
Mighty Warriors, assemble! Team Project, let's go! Let's dive it up! Ready, team? Project system? Full power!
We're finally so happy to share with you the two new characters we've been working on for a while now, and their names are Balzar and Rojak. Let's start off with Balzar.
Yeah, so Balzar is a new Titan that came to Earth as a meteor. He crashed into Earth and then he's looking for Giga Crystals to consume and absorb the Giga energy within to grow its power. And unfortunately, Ziva today is just
He's taking one for the team.
He's just launched for today. Balzar, together with its bladed tail, he can leap around the battlefield and slice up its enemies into pieces. And he's very agile and very high mobility. And this is something that we've never really seen in Gigabash before. Someone who can really jump from one end of the battlefield to the other and then leap back, and being so acrobatic to even, out acrobat Gigaman. This is something that is very new, and we really wanted to bring like a very aggressive playstyle for the players. And Balzar is just all about following up attacks, comboing the enemy in the air, and then coming down and then getting into its predator stance and so on.
Oh, tell us about the Predator stance.
Oh yeah, so Predator Stance is its new unique passive, which allows it to stab its tail into the ground, and Balzar will actually perch on its own tail as it prepares to launch a follow-up attack. And he can even do it on walls, so he could perch on walls and then strike from above, really utilizing the full verticality of the whole
full
level.
terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can even do it on the arena wall. And this is something very dangerous for the enemy, but very good for him because he's a predator. He's out there hunting for food.
And he just brings the pressure, and he's super fast and agile, and it shows on his ultimate as well. When he activates his ultimate, he'll be moving, dashing throughout the whole map, bringing the opponents in the middle and unleashing a devastating meteor strike on them.
And such a devastating Titan would only warrant a very mighty hero to fight against him.
And that hero is Rojak. So if you aren't familiar with where we got the name, it's actually a famous Malaysian dish. It comprises of many different ingredients and fruits that you don't think would go well together, but because of that savory, delicious Rojak sauce, it just puts everything together and makes it a really extremely delicious dish. And that's what we want this new character to represent.
Yeah, and Rojak is comprised of multiple teams of Mighty Warriors. And Mighty Warriors are basically these pilots who pilot these unique mech suits to defeat pretty much any kind of Titan. But because Balzar came to Earth, and while on its journey to hunt for Giga Crystals, it just wiped out all the Mighty Warriors in the world. And these Mighty Warriors you see in Team Rojak are the remaining survivors, outcasts, and one celebrity apparently. They formed together, these different personalities from different cultures, from different parts of the world, came together to form Team Rojak. And it is really up to the player because the player is the secret sauce. You, the player, you are the Rojak sauce who will bring all these different personalities together and really work together.
And in order to bring that together, we have a new passive this character unlocks. It's called Synergy. And to unlock that passive, you're gonna have to force each of the members of the Mighty Warriors to work together by performing attacks with each body part, with the right, left, legs, and head. And once all of those achieve the hit, you activate the passive Synergy, and you have increased movement speed and attack speed.
Yeah.
So you can just keep up with Balzar's pace of attacks, sidestep, and deliver your own combo.
Yeah, and without it, Rojak is just a suit with a lot of firepower.
Yes.
And really, once you activate that passive skill, you could really keep up while retaining all that firepower and be a real match against Balzar.
Yeah. You activate Synergy after you activate the ultimate as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the ultimate is very special for us. We wanted to make it special for you guys as well. And we have asked the production team to experiment with a bit of voice acting.
Yeah.
So we put some voice acting for the Mighty Warriors in the game that you can hear during gameplay and in the ultimate. You can hear them interact with each other. You can see them how they fight and how they work together. And I also voiced one of
The Black Warriors,
yeah,
right?
the Black Warriors and
Liberty.
Yeah, Liberty Prime. And so he's very he was a very fun character to play because he's totally different from my original voice. And I think it just gave an extra thing for the production team to be excited about, to try and implement into the game.
Yeah, and inside the Rojak suit, you have 5 Mighty Warriors, so you get to hear 5 different character voices, as well as how their personalities
Differ.
differ and like really fight with each other.
Yeah.
And once you activate the battle, the tank mode in his ultimate, you can even hear the trailer music, right? The OST. Yeah.
The Rojak theme will be played when he reaches his ultimate tank form. And by the way, when he becomes this tank form, he's able to obliterate the entire map too. He is super fast, and he's just constantly waving all of his weapons around, creating devastating damage.
Yeah.
And once he's finished with his ultimate, he accesses that passive Synergy as well. So you can follow up if you maybe missed your tank damage.
Yeah, and because Balzar is all about using the battlefield to its advantage, you as Rojak, you can really level the battlefield.
Yes.
And just say, hey, you know what? Fight on the ground with me.
Screw your walls. Yeah, you're on the ground with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess we could share a bit about Balzar's development process. So, well, he is inspired by a certain gold bipedal lion from one of our favorite childhood shows. And
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we really want to put like a Gigabash spin to it. So we took reference, we mixed it with the Persian mythology Manticore, which is basically a lion with a scorpion's tail. We changed it up to have a bladed tail. And this also brought a lot of new challenges, not just to the game design, but as well as to the animation, because having a lion with such a long tail probably created a lot of challenges and in terms of design, animation design,
Yeah.
and so on.
I think the biggest design challenge for us was to make this creature, this character, move anatomically correct and still seem very ferocious and very intimidating. So this lion is going to have to perch on its own tail. It's going to have to perch on its own tail on the wall. He has to do backflips, acrobatic moves. So we had to learn how to push his silhouettes and his elbows and his poses to try and keep that ferocity in his moveset. Yeah.
Yeah, and really playing around with the spectrum of being an animal or a beast, right?
Yeah, we leaned more. At first, we were more to the animal side. We wanted him to move like a lion, but we realized it was impossible with his move set. So we pushed it back to being a beast, and we hope that you feel incredibly strong when you use him. So yeah, that was our goal.
Yeah, and I guess we could go a bit into Rojak's development process as well.
Yeah.
So what does Rojak stand for? Because it looks like an abbreviation for something.
Yeah, actually, Rojak's an abbreviation for Robots of Justice Against Kaiju, and yeah, they really wanted to name that Team Rojak. Yeah, they loved that Malaysian dish.
Yeah, it's just something that is very Malaysian and
we wanted to represent.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and because
fun.
Malaysia is just a country of diversity and different
amazing
cultures.
food.
Yes.
Yes.
And but we have our in Rojak, you start to see like all these different personalities clashing with each other, and this is something new to us as well as in the Gigabash roster. You don't see 5 brains working in one body.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that probably brought some development challenges as well. Yeah.
I mean, we wanted to show their differences also through the moveset, through the animation moveset. So if you look closely, you can see their little interactions with one another, their little arguments when they do their taunts, and you can see them fighting over control. But when they do their skills and abilities, we still wanted them to feel like they were working together. So even though there's one piece that's maybe leading the group, eventually they all catch up, and we wanted to show a little bit of that uncoordination, but still have that power of teamwork in the team. Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we just show that in gameplay?
Yes,
Yeah.
Let's get into a game and show you what these 2 characters are about. Okay, and I feel like I want to play Rojak this time.
I'll go for Balzar.
Sick. And here's a few of their unique recolored skins. This is my favorite, shiny and chrome.
Protocol.
Yeah.
But today we'll be going for the original skins.
Yes.
All right, let's go. And just to let everyone know that we have the HP pool up to 150%, just so we could showcase more of their abilities. And we are going to Kimura District today.
Yes. We want to showcase Balzar's strength in the verticality and being able to wall perch anywhere. And this is where he excels, but Rojak is here to stop it.
Oh, brave words.
But first, let's showcase a little bit of their personality.
Yeah.
How about you go first? Let's show some taunts.
I love this roar, so ferocious, and I can even sharpen my claws and blades. And something cute, yet ferocious.
That's my favorite one. I worked on that. Beautiful. Rojak has a few of his own. We had a lot of fun making these. Exploring the character,
And not
giving the characters something to fight about.
Yeah, and not just in the animation, it's also in the voice acting as well. It was a lot of fun.
I can't see. That's my favorite. Beautiful. Let's show them what the Predator stance looks like.
Okay, so you can enter the Predator stance as long as you're in the air and you hold down special. And this allows you to lock on to your nearest enemy and lunge forward. Or I could do this Savage Saw. Leap back up and then go back into the Predator stance.
That creates a lot of distance, and you can,
You can really control the battlefield
yes.
as Balzar and really put the pressure on your enemy.
Yeah.
Because Balzar is all about being aggressive and he gets rewarded for it. And if you miss your attack, it's gonna be really punishing. And that's where Rojak's strength really comes in.
Yeah, the high risk, high reward gameplay, play style.
Yeah, but as Rojak, he has a lot of abilities that can create a lot of obstacles for Balzar to get in.
Yeah.
Let's just showcase the Rojak's ultimate.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get this. There we go. Woo!
Fire! 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 Oh, watch out!
So he can fire durians, fire his rockets, and his flames are going off at the same time. And while he dashes, that's insane. He just clears out the entire map and making it an even playing ground for both of them. And you can see Synergy is being activated right now, one of Rojak's passives. His movement speed's improved and his attack speed as well. So you can do a lot of animation canceling and look at that, I can fire 2 durians just like that.
And he moves even faster than Balzar.
Yeah, it's really hard for Balzar to keep up in that mode.
You have too much HP now. I gotta make this fair.
Yeah, show us a little bit of his combos.
Come on.
Oh, dude, that saw is painful.
Let me just. I also have
See,
this.
look at how handicapped he is without all his buildings.
I have to fight on the ground, which is not exactly where I want to be. So I can also utilize the arena wall to perch up.
It's really hard for me to really reach him. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to use my durians.
But he can still reach me.
Yes.
That's why, as Balzar, you really have to be on your toes and keep on moving around, because he doesn't have any good long-range attacks, but he has to be up close and personal.
I want to just show you a little bit of his Rojak's combo. He can actually shoot the durian behind him, and then do some follow-up damage.
Oh, that's
Right,
a lot.
like that.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. How about you return the damage by taking this Giga Ball right here?
Come on.
Too many buildings there? you want me to clear it out for you?
No, no, no. All right, come
There
on.
we go.
Jump the mic! No!
Pull you guys into the center.
Is it
Crash.
Is it over? Ah! Sick. Now let's feature some of the hard work that our developers went through and showcase the S-Class versions.
Ooh, that's a lot of unique parts.
Yeah, you can see they had a different model for their S-Class versions.
And now my S-Class.
He's changed hairstyle. Amazing. Give me the number of your salon. Ah. As you can see, like Rojak's bread and butter is really the durian. It can allow him to actually gain some movement as well by interacting with it, just like that.
Yeah, he bounces off the explosion.
Yeah.
But as the enemy, I can attack the durian as well.
Yeah, he can send it back to me if he wants,
Oh,
if he's fast enough.
come
Oh,
on.
wait, hold on. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready to catch it?
It's not as easy with claws, short claws.
All right, let me just follow up and just kill you right now. Why not? Oh, no!
If you can.
You spoke too soon. Oh,
Let me.
there we go! Whoa, synergy with S-Class. Look how fast I am.
Come on.
Oh, okay.
Come on, let's make it fair. Come here.
No. Distance is his weakness. Distance is your weakness. What are you doing there? Oh, hey!
Doing this, charging up my attack.
Leave the civilians alone. Go back to where you came from, Rojak. I mean, Balzar. Mixing up their names.
Come here.
All right, okay. Okay.
I get my counter attack.
Who's gonna finish this? No, wait.
God damn it, I was trying to counter that. Whoa.
Try, counter my durians, fool.
Ah.
Counter my durians.
This is where Rojak really excels. Ah, god damn it, I was trying to jump over it.
Oh, gosh, that's fun. Woo! All right.
All right.
Everyone, thank you so much for your time and for tuning in.
And the Giga Bash Mighty DLC will be released on 5th September, 8 p.m. Pacific time on all platforms. So that's Steam, PlayStation, Switch, Xbox, and Epic Games.
Yeah, and that's all from us today.
Yeah.
Keep on giga bashing, and we'll see you in the arena.